So today I'll be diving into the part 2 of the 10 wealth building mindset principles. Okay. So the second half of the series, and we'll finalize it today. So if you haven't watched the first part, you want to watch that because I'm starting now with number 6. We went through the first 5 mindset principles, starting with the life you're building, right? So 6 is about counting the cost. So when it comes to wealth building mindset, let me use this analogy. It's like you're building a house. What vision do you have for the house? Is it a 2-story house? Is it a 150-story building? Is it 100-story building? Right? The vision you have, okay, for the type of wealth you want to build, okay, is supposed to guide everything that you do. So if you're going to build a 100-story building, the cost of creating such a building compared to, or right, versus the cost of building a 2-story building, it's not the same, right? So wealth building mindset comes with responsibility, because if you don't understand this concept, then it's a pipe dream. This is where you take a dream and you convert it and bring it to reality. Okay? This is what sets people apart. The people that actually do what they said they will do, this is the most distinguishing factor, is that most people tell you what they're going to do, but most people do not pull it off because they make a lot of assumptions that would soon be proven to be incorrect. So, wealth building mindset principle requires us all to assess the costs that is associated to the life you're building. That's number 6. Explore, right? Visualize. If you say you want to go to the moon, how are you going to get there? What type of investments do you need? Number 7 is about when you count the costs and you explore what is actually going to help you achieve that. This number 7 is then being real with yourself to say, do you currently have the capacity? And if depending on the answer, you then have to say, what do I need to do to build the capacity? Who do you need to become to be that person that has the capacity to go to the moon? Wealth builders borrow sometimes, and these are biblical principles as well, to create productivity, to expand their capacity to create, right? To create. Consumers will do the same to consume, not to create. So there's a cost to production. There's a cost to creating wealth. There's a cost to building wealth. That's why we talk about return on investment. Again, this is a mindset, is a way of thinking, because if you don't think this way and you think the other way and you think it's magical, these are practical principles that if you follow it, you will arrive where you want to, right? You will arrive where your desire is to arrive. And when you don't follow these principles, when you make a lot of assumptions, it's difficult to say, I'm going to the moon, and you don't count the cost of going to the moon, and you don't build the capacity of going to the moon. The question is, will you ever get there? The answer is obvious to everybody. So this is where dreaming, planning, visualizing, assessing, hoping, right? This is what I want for myself. This is where it becomes reality. Is number 6, count the cost of what it takes to build that life. I use the analogy of a 100-story building versus a 200 versus a 20 versus a 2-story building. The cost of building those structures, of putting the structures in place to support that vision, is not the same. So that's why desire, your desire and other people's desire, Elon Musk's desire, Jeff Bezos' desire, right? It drives them to make the sacrifices they are making every day. But there's a strategy that I'm also teaching in terms of these principles. Number 6, count the cost. Number 7, how are you going to strategically build the capacity, right, to be able to have everything it takes to build that, right? So when you count the cost, right, what do I need to build this? What do I need to go to the moon? We need engineers, we need a rocket ship, we need ABCD. Okay, how are we going to get it? That is number 7. How are you going to get your rocket ship? How are you going to go, right? Is assessing where are you today and where do you need to be to become that person. The growth process is that if you already have capacity to do all of these things, then you should be doing it already. But what most people don't realize is there's always a gap. There's always a gap between what you say you want and who you are today and who you need to be tomorrow to be able to capture and reach for those dreams to be within reach for you. You actually have to evolve to yourself. You have to evolve to become that person that can easily claim and do all of those things. So who is that person? Who is that person? What's your vision, your future version of yourself? The future version of yourself that actually does all those things is actually what you need to be building as well. Capacity, skill, the right network, the right relationship. Many people are not investing in becoming that future version of themselves. And because when they don't invest to elevate themselves to become that person that can easily access all of these things, again, that's one of the principles that people fail to abide by, is that your future belongs to a higher version of you. The future that you see in your mind requires an elevated version of us. And when we become, we can attain. When we become what we see, we can attain and build the life of our dreams. So that journey of, the evolution journey of investing in ourselves, of expanding our capacity, that's really the journey. If you're a wealth builder, you must adopt the principles of wealth builders. Number 8 is about connecting with others that have similar vision or have actually executed those vision. Why is this important? It's because other wealth builders are also expanding their capacity, right? They know what it takes. They've invested, they know the journey better. They know the ups and the downs, and they can relate with you better. And even more importantly, they can serve as a guide. They can serve as an encouragement. They can connect you. They can point you in the right direction so that you are not lost. A lot of people are lost in the world because they don't seek guides and others that have done what it is they're trying to do. Right? Because that journey to a place you've never been before, to building a life that you've never seen or you've never built before, it's somebody else's current reality. That person that you need to evolve to be, you have to know that the way the world is, there may already be people that have mastered those spaces. How do you get yourself into such communities of other wealth builders? Right? The way they think, the opportunities they see, the opportunities they go after, right? How they take advantage of opportunities. That's one of the things I've seen, that it's not the same. It's not the same for everybody. Not everybody takes advantage of opportunities. Why? Because they may not even be interpreting it as an opportunity. So let me give an example. If you've set for yourself that you want to build a 100-story building, what your mind, your being, your soul, everything about you will be activated. Why? In pursuit of everything you need to build that life. So if somebody comes to you and you see, say, cement or wood, like the instruments and the things you need to build that building, your mind will be, oh, how much is that? How much is that? And you'll be calculating and planning. Most people are not in that frame of mind because they don't even know what they are building. So they don't know what they need to build what they don't know they are building. So a lot of times when you offer programs, packages, training, capacity building, people that don't know they need to build capacity for a life they don't know they need to build, they discount it. They say, oh, I don't need it. They even they're avoiding investing because they're avoiding investing because they've not decided what they are building. That's one of the important things in terms of wealth builders. If you see something that is going to help you, you're going to go, wow, that's value. You will see the value more. But when you don't know what you're building, even if value is all around you, it's tough for people to see because they've discounted already their life. So everything around them is also discounted, right? Is that if the life you're building is discounted, it's like you think you can use cheap materials, cheap things to build that life, patch it up, crumbs and crumbs. That's what people are looking for. They are looking for sticks to build their house. And you know the story of, you see the three little piggies, the ones that use sticks versus the ones that used rocks or blocks. It's the same thing. Many people are picking sticks and bricks, sticks all over to build structure, and it doesn't last. It doesn't last. But if what you want to build is solid, if you want bricks, if you want solid, then you want the best quality. Then you will be seeking out the best quality, best materials for your life. It's a world builder's mindset. The quality you put in will determine the quality and how lasting the legacy becomes. And if you build sticks and the wind comes, the story is right there, but we don't apply these things to ourselves. We read it as a child's story, but these are the behavior I see every day. And I'm saying, be aware which mindset you're adopting, because these are principles. If you work with them, they will give you results. If you ignore them, you will see the outcomes eventually. It might take time, but eventually, right, when the winds blows, those who built on lasting structure will see. Those who didn't build on lasting structure, it eventually shows up. Maybe now there's no differentiating factor, but eventually those who adopt this mindset of building to last, building a life of legacy, eventually things shake up and it becomes more visible. So number 8 was connecting with others, because you need to share and learn from those who say, okay, right? From those who say, I tried it this way, this was better. I tried that, this was better. They can share strategies with you, right? But if you're in the midst of people that they're not building, they're not builders, you tell them you're building, they're like, why are you bothering yourself? You tell them you're investing, they say, why? You don't need it. That should be an indication that they're not going where you're going and they're not building what you're building, right? And number 9 is this concept of materials, right? The quality of the skill that you need to do everything you say you want to do. Everything you say you want to do, quality matters. when it comes to wealth building. There are short-term things you can do, but the long term, right? If you want it to last, that's why I talk about business structures, equity, your brand, all of these things. If you want it to be here for long, then quality. But if it is just fleeting, another 6 months, you don't remember, nobody remember, then how you build. This is about how you build. It's a principle. Quality of intention, developing the skill. Let's set ourselves, let's differentiate ourselves from what the whole world is doing. If you want different results, then we all have to do something different that nobody's doing. Quality. And that's because you desire quality, that also influences your level of investment. Because poor quality, cheap, patch it up. High quality, more money. This is a principle. It's not, I didn't come up with this, right? Just watch life. Quality it requires more to create quality, right? But anything cheap, it's okay. Just patch it up and move on. But they don't last. We know this. Again, wealth builder mindset principle. I'm bringing these things for you to just decide for yourself, consciously, because there are certain programming operating subconsciously that is influencing people today. If you don't disrupt those patterns of behavior, it may challenge you when you are building your life, because you'll be seeking poor quality instead of seeking high quality. Realizing that what you bring in is part of the foundation and the structure of who you are becoming. Right? So this is just bringing this to our consciousness, that there are several mindsets that stands in the way of doing everything you say you want to do. And then the final one, number 10, is about committing. Committing to the journey is what we all, that's why we have to be encouraging one another, is that not to give up. You have to tell yourself, this is it, this or nothing. Like, I'm going to the moon. I'm going to the moon. I must get on the moon. It's determination, it's resilience, it's fortitude, it's tenacity, it's audacity to do what you said you are going to do, and to do it with excellence, and to commit to it, even if it takes you the next 20 years. You see, we underestimate the journey, but I'm saying commit to that journey. Tell yourself, we're doing this. We are doing this. It may take me years, but I will build capacity. I would expand. I would network. I will put myself in the spaces that will help me achieve. I commit. That's the list. This is what we have to commit to ourselves. The dreams and hopes and desires that you have. Are you committed to it? Nobody can commit to it more than you do. We're just, supporting. We're just blowing you a few encouragement, capacity, guiding you. But when people are not committed to their journey, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing I can do for people not committed to the journey, because you take one step, you're like, climbing this mountain, many people turn back. I don't blame them. And this is why I share these strategies, is because if you know where you're going and why you're going there, then pack and prepare appropriately. That's all the message is. Prepare, pack for it. Don't get caught by surprise. Don't say you don't know. Now I'm saying it. Prepare. Empower yourself. Acquire skills. Develop the skill. Immerse yourself in the right network. Break away from the common. Set yourself on the exceptional journey of life. Commit to that journey, and every single day, move, move in the direction that you want to move. And on that note, we're wrapping it up. 10 well-building mindset principles. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Give me feedback as well. Do you like this type of mindset challenges? Motivation? This is exclusive here at the Business and Leadership Academy. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. This video will process and it will be back for a replay. Bye for now.